On today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Finn announces a new battle plan to defend his queen.
No more breezing in and out of Steffi's life whenever you feel like it.
Flo is still out of work, which gives her plenty of time to start drama.
So do you know Sally? Know her. Do I ever?
And Liam has an astonishing moment of clarity.
I don't think I've ever been more wrong in my life.
Hey everyone, it's Monday, January 18th, 2021, and it is time for another bold and beautiful episode recap. I'm your host, Keisha Chantal, aka another Hopeless on the Prairie creation. Check your local listings for our next fashion show, coming soon to a farm near you. It's 78 degrees and sunny in beautiful LA, and I am ready to get into some mess. First stop, Century City, Spencer Publications.
My apologies. Wyatt didn't tell me he was bringing in here now. Having said that, I'm very intrigued by this collaboration between JVC and Spencer Publications.
It's Dolla Bill, y'all, who I will be calling Buff Daddy for today's show. But before we dig in, I have one little dry bone to pick. I can't believe that Summer flew all the way to the West Coast on the off chance that she could snag a meeting at Spencer. But I guess I shouldn't be so surprised considering that her best Forrester outfits turned out to be just as poorly planned as her meeting schedule. Will you just look at this? Ugh, Summer, please. After your meeting, just take a little stroll down to Westfield Century Mall and pick up something a little less fugalicious. So I know y'all recall Summer building an entire business trip around shaking Sally's skeletons out of her closet, right? Well, here we are at the preliminary meeting where JCV is discussing advertising with Spencer Publications. But before we get into all that, Buffy decides to tell Summer that over the past couple years, he's had the opportunity to pass through Genoa City and apparently has met a couple of Genoa City's elite, including her family, enough to know them on a first-name basis. And it makes me wonder, when did this all happen? When Bill was on his way to an Illuminati convention? I guess that's a story for another day. After the meeting wraps and Buff Daddy leaves, Summer doesn't skip a beat, shifting her real agenda into gear. She takes a look at the beautiful Los Angeles skyline through the windows and finds a way to somehow use that to bring up Sally's name. Oh, you know, just being as subtle as a sledgehammer.
You two were involved, right?
Almost married.
Oh, wow. Okay, then I guess it's safe to say that you know her pretty well.
I'd like to think I did once upon a time, yes.
Well, frankly, I don't know what to make of her. So maybe you could shed a little light, tell me what she's really like.
Thanks to Summer's shit sleuthing skills, Wyatt doesn't take the bait. Instead, he tells her, if you want to know so badly, why don't you go back to the source? Basically, his name is Bennett, and he ain't in it. While Wyatt is shutting Summer down, guess who has her ear pressed to the door, conveniently left open? No. It's not Katie. Not this time, at least. It's actually Flo.
I couldn't help overhearing. You were asking Wyatt about Sally Spectra?
I'm sorry, you are?
Flo Fulton. I'm Wyatt's girlfriend. I will say that whatever you have already heard probably doesn't even scratch the surface. There's always more when it comes to Sally.
You see how nice it is to not have to work for a living, and you can have oodles of free time to spill tea that you have no business being in. God, I love Flo's life. I'm really very jealous. It's true.
What is your motherly intuition telling you? Who's the baby's father? Is it Finn or Liam?
Apparently, Hope is still asking dumb questions that she already knows the answer to. Just curious, is there such a thing as fatherly intuition? Because if there is, she might want to head on home to Liam and ask the little waffle in his pants, whose swimmers does he think got to Steffi's egg first? Steffi tells Hope the obvious, that she won't know shit until she does a test, but she really hopes that the baby turns out to be Finn's, because it will make things a lot less complicated, which I take to mean that she will be spared having to hear Hope's damn mouth go on and on and on about this misunderstanding for the rest of her life. Mental health. You know, like a dog to a bone, Hope tells Steffi to stop all this lying and just admit that she wants Liam. Just admit it. Admit it, she says, because you've invested years into him. And I want to say, yes, honey, and so have you. You have both invested years of your precious time into the Trash Man Stock Exchange. And it's time to sell those shares, honey. They are worthless.
I don't want to undermine your marriage. I don't want you to destroy your family. I don't want to lose my future with Finn.
That's right. We don't want your used up waffle. Okay, Hope? You can have that. We're trying to live our best lives over here. Oh, so you thought Finn was done cussing out Liam? Silly rabbit. There's more dragging to be done. So let's cackle, shall we?
I don't blame you for not trusting me, but Finn, you don't have to build a moat around Steffi.
I beg to differ. Don't listen to that weasel, Finn. Build the moat. Hi, do pesky waffles keep breezing in and out of your home and knocking up your women? We have the perfect solution. Build a moat. Our simple DIY home security system manual will have your castle and your women safely secured from pieces of shit men with no integrity and principles. How about a demonstration? Hark! Who goes there? It is me, sire, the Waffle Man. I have traveled on my donkey, and I wish to see Steffi. May I enter? Access denied. Leave this castle at once, or I will pour hot grease on you. Catapults, cannons, crossbows, and alligators sold separately.
My intention is to work things out with my wife because I love Hope, and that's never going to change.
I love Hope, and that's never gonna change. Is that supposed to inspire confidence? What does love have to do with the little waffle inside Liam's pants? That thing has a mind of its own. It can't be tamed. Anywho, my boy Finn is not falling for this bullshit, okay? And just look at this small movement that he has going on. He walks over to hold on to the back of one of Steffi's dining room chairs, and part of me thinks that he's doing that because he wants to keep his hands busy so he's not tempted to break Liam's face. But, I can understand the urge, Finn. Don't fight it. Give in.
Just the right amount of passion and regret when you talk about Hope and your family.
It's not an act, John.
Oh, John. Ooh, Chile. Are we going with government names now? Damn, that tone was very aggressive. And if Finn wanted to kill Liam now, I totally understand. Waffle Iron declares that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that he and Hope get through his latest garbage, which, of course, leads Finn to ask this obvious question. Yo, dog, where was all this love and devotion when you were climbing on top of my woman? You have some nerve coming up in here questioning my character like you're some paragon of virtue. All Liam can say in response to this is,
I'm not lying to you. But Finn, make no mistake. I love my wife. I love my wife more than anything.
I wanted to let you know I just saw Liam.
Really?
I explained to Liam that he's responsible for everything that we are going through. I told him if that's my baby, things are going to be very different moving forward. Liam is going to stay in his lane.
Steffi tries to tell Finn that she is equally at fault in this mess, and he's like, nah, most of this bullshit falls on his shoulders because he knows that you're vulnerable to him, and he used that to waffle his way back into your panties. And then Steffi says,
Despite my history with Liam, despite having Kelly with him, my feelings for you are stronger than ever. I love you. And I want this baby to be yours.
So after the good drag that Finn gives him, Liam slithers through Brooke's side door to strum Hope's pain with his fingers, talking crap about how it's killing him softly to see Hope in so much pain. But I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. He probably gets some sadistic pleasure from this shit.
I love you more than anything or anyone in the world. It's so unfair. Because what I'm really asking you is to forgive what I wouldn't.
Hit the nail right on the head there, Liam. But don't go thinking that you get any self-awareness points playing your tiny violin. You deserve nothing. You deserve dust, okay? Go off, be alone, and try to give some thought into why you always stink up everyone's life with your garbage. Bye.